The universe never listens to what you say. It only responds to your frequency. The law of the universe is that what you give out is what you receive. If you put out scarcity, you will get more scarcity. If you put out abundance, abundance will return to you tenfold. The universe does not possess the ability to understand language. It cannot hear what you are saying. The only thing it can perceive is vibration. Whether it is the movement of celestial bodies or the activity of quantum particles, everything exists in the form of frequencies, and human consciousness and emotions reside within that same energy system. In physics, energy propagates in the form of waves. Different frequencies can result in attraction, interference, or synchronization. This is the fundamental rule of the universe. When a person's inner state remains in a certain condition for a long time, this emotion forms its own energetic waveform, like a tiny, yet continuously active star. The universe is not responsible for judging whether that star is sad or satisfied. It simply responds according to the nature of that energy. In cosmology, there is a concept called energy density distribution. High energy regions are more likely to gather matter, while low energy regions cannot stably hold onto particles. A similar metaphor exists on the psychological level. When a person's heart is steeped in a sense of lack, scarcity, their inner energy density is insufficient. This prevents opportunities passing through their life orbit from lingering. Conversely, when a person's heart expands, their energy density increases, and naturally, more things appear in life that they can capture and possess. This phenomenon often manifests very subtly in life. A person who is chronically tense will naturally tend to make contractive choices. Their vision narrows, risks are amplified, and consequently, paths are reduced. It is not because they lack capability, but because their frequency is temporarily on an orbit that makes it difficult to accept new things. However, when a person's mindset opens up slightly, the world they are able to see changes marginally with it. The volume of information increases, the scope of action expands, and opportunities become easier to notice. The universe did not give them an extra gift. Rather, after their inner space expanded, the possibilities that already existed were finally revealed. Psychological research repeatedly indicates that when emotions are stable, the brain is able to process information in more dimensions. Once emotions are relaxed, a person's consciousness is no longer dominated by a sense of threat, and their cognitive range expands accordingly. In cosmology, the phenomenon of dark energy driving the accelerated expansion of space bears a secret commonality in some way with this psychological expansion. When space is pulled apart, hidden regions become visible, and when the space of consciousness is pulled apart, hidden opportunities enter the field of view. Quantum mechanics put forth a key insight that before a particle is observed, it does not exist in a fixed form, but is in a state of probability. This does not mean that consciousness can directly manipulate reality, but it reminds us that a person's attention indeed influences how they organize their experience. If a person spends too long in insecurity, their brain habitually screens out information about what is missing. The world naturally appears insufficient in their eyes, but as their inner state gradually stabilizes, attention naturally shifts to the resources that already exist. The world seems to brighten up a little. Spinoza believed that man is one of the modes of expression of nature. This does not mean that man can command nature, but that man himself is part of the laws of the universe. Their emotional choices and beliefs are not isolated phenomena, but the projection of an energetic state in life. The universe never deliberately rewards or punishes anyone. It merely allows the energetic state and corresponding events to move closer to each other. Whatever a person's frequency is, that is the echo of their life. The body's experience of emotions is the most intuitive presentation of the energy structure. The chest tightens with sadness, breathing shallows with anxiety, and energy suddenly surges with anger. Abundance and joy, in turn, naturally relax the body. There is nothing mystical about this. It is just the trajectory of energy moving within the body. Emotions are not enemies. They are indicators of the inner state. They tell you what frequency you are currently emitting to the universe. When a person is willing to acknowledge their scarcity, instead of suppressing or denying it, they are like a superdense celestial body in the universe, releasing heat. After the tension is released, the energy structure begins to change, and the frequency adjusts accordingly. Change is often not instantaneous. But like the evolution of the cosmos, it starts with barely perceptible, long-term shifts and slowly takes shape over time. A person's consciousness has its own orbit. This is not a fixed destiny, but a habitual energetic rhythm. The orbit of scarcity causes people to focus more on the missing parts. The orbit of abundance, in contrast, makes it easier for people to capture resonant opportunities. The change in frequency is not explosive, but incremental. When even a slight loosening occurs in your heart, the echo of the universe changes instantly with it. When your resistance to the future slightly weakens, the world begins to approach you in a different way. The universe does not actively give anything. It merely follows your frequency, allowing things that align with your state to be positioned where you can perceive them. Abundance is not externally given. It is more like an inner space. Scarcity is also not destiny, but a temporary energetic structure. Once a person understands this point, they will no longer view life as a verdict or the universe as a judge. The world you experience is merely the natural extension of your current frequency. The more open your consciousness is, the wider the universe you can access, the more stable your energy is, the clearer the connection you can establish with the universe. The echo of the universe is neither fast nor slow. It only reacts to a person's frequency. Every genuine emotion you have, every inner relaxation, every moment of understanding yourself leaves a tiny vibration in the universe. And these vibrations will ultimately return to you in a way you can feel.